them wanting to continue with you, what were those main three things that you would say that you gave them?
Hope, that's for sure one of them. I also got clarity as well in terms of like, okay, this is where we're at, this is where we need to get to, and I guess that probably falls in line with hope because then with clarity you get more, you become hopeful about things. I guess it's just like good vibes.
Do you know, I didn't know what you were going to say, and that I couldn't have actually imagined those three things: hope, clarity, and good vibes.
Yeah,
And I actually really, really, really love that answer.
yeah,
And the reason I ask it is because I actually often struggle with why my clients work with me.
yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest with
yeah.
you, I don't, I'm not like the nicest human in the
You're nice.
world.
I remember the first time I saw you. I was like, oh, hello. And remember, do you remember that? I saw you in the, I think it was on gym floor.
Probably on the gym floor looking
Yeah.
for something, and
Yeah, yeah. And
found
I
something.
was like, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like he was lost and didn't know what he was trying to find.
Um,
And I was like, oh, what are you trying to find?
but I've worked with some of my clients for a long
Yeah, of
time,
course.
and they've all physiologically improved in a tremendous way.
Yeah.
And then there's always this kind of thing of like,
Why are you still with me?
why are you still with me, right?
It's
And
amazing.
that I really like the hope, clarity, and good vibes thing,
Yeah.
because I've been so focused on the physiological and the technical aspect of the programming and the training and all the rest of it.
I think it's moving what you do for the mental health.
I always overlook
Yeah.
that part because in my head I don't imagine that I actually have a positive impact on that part
Yeah.
with
You'd
anyone,
be surprised how much
not
you
just
do.
clients but just people in life in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm obviously being very hard on myself. Um, but the fact that you are able to recognize that,
Yeah.
and the reason I can appreciate that is because when going back to that 8 out of 10 trainers who maybe don't necessarily focus as much on how they can help in the training aspect,
Mm-hmm.
they do also, a lot of them can end up having really good retention. And I realized why
Mm.
they were getting such good retention, even though, like, as a trainer, I can kind of assess and be like, you're not really helping them
Yeah, it's
at a
like,
training level,
what are you doing?
but
Yeah.
they stay with you because probably, yeah, you give them hope,
Yeah.
good, like clarity, and I'm not too sure about that one, but good vibes
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. And I've
yeah,
actually spoken to people's clients who, when they talk about their trainers, and they're like, oh, if I could, I would train with this person every day, like if I could afford to,
yeah,
because sometimes I come in and I feel down, and you know what, this person just lifts me up.
yeah,
And I'm like, it just didn't even occur to me
yeah,
that
yeah,
that was such a significant thing of value
yeah,
for somebody investing in personal training.
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, I can understand now why, even though the training's a bit like,
yeah.
why you really value this experience. Because even you're still exercise, you're still physiologically benefiting, your health is still
I mean, as
improving.
long as you're moving your body,
That's it.
there was something going on. Like, and I think like movement is so underrated. Like people go, oh, like you have to have, I don't know, like do this fancy new exercises and that kind of stuff. If you keep it simple, if you literally keep it to the simplest form of the exercise, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna get good results as well. Like you can literally have someone do a bent over row and a chest press for like. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it because it's probably gonna create so much imbalances in terms of you being able to do other stuff. But if you give someone a single arm row and a chest press or bench press or dumbbell press exercise, they're probably gonna have like a nice physique in some ways, building the chest and then building the back. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that I always say to people, I just focus on the simple stuff and just see how things play out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because don't overcomplicate it. Because a lot of people overcomplicate it. A lot of people,
I'm massively guilty in my own training.
yeah,
There's always learning stuff,
yeah,
and then being like, okay, new variable, new variable, new
yeah,
variable,
yeah,
and then just like overcomplicating stuff. And I've worked with coaches, like I've hired people to train me as
mm-hmm.
well, and it's like as soon as your head gets taken out of it and somebody else is doing the thinking for you,
Yeah,
and then all you have to do is just kind of follow.
yeah,
Like I've always ended up seeing like really like good outcomes
mm-hmm.
and results and everything, and I'm like, wow, this is great, this
Yeah,
works, right?
yeah, yeah,
And it's just because I'm now not fiddling with it all the time
yeah,
and constantly changing it,
yeah,
because like even on, like, I write my own training program, right? I don't stick to it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do 2 sets. That second set felt all right. Oh, let me
Yeah.
just do a third one now. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a reason when I sat there and I wrote the program that, the logic was there to get me from point A to
Yeah.
point
Of
B.
course.
I've identified my goal. I've then reverse engineered,
Hmm.
built the progressions leading up
Of
to that.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm just like mucking it up along the way.
Yeah.
And then, I've overshot or I've changed the exercise because
Yeah.
I came across a new one. And I don't make as much progress training myself
Yeah.
as when somebody else is doing my programming
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a huge thing that, that we end up giving to people
For sure.
is clarity,
Yeah.
is here's clear direction. You've trusted my expertise
Yeah.
to like structure this program
Hmm.
to lead you towards this direction. You can now not stress about it.
Yeah.
We're measuring it, so we're actually looking at whether you're getting the outcome or not. And if you're not, we can reassess and
Yeah.
go in a different direction.
Yeah.
But it's just like not having to think. And the difference I've experienced in the training session when I follow somebody else's program and the difference when I'm following my program is I'm thinking a lot less and I can just get on with it.
Literally.
It's not this big weight in my life that I have to
Because right now also I'm also following a program from a friend of mine. So because I'm doing a half marathon in September, doing a big half, and I did one a month ago, which was just no training, kind of threw myself in there, did it, and I was able to get 1 hour 49, 1 hour 50 technically, but 1 hour 49. I'll take the 1 hour 49 because I looked at my watch and I was like, that's definitely 1 hour 49. But I was really happy with it. But then now I'm having to do another one, which is obviously train for, and literally my friend Will, he's basically made my program for me, and it's the nicest feeling ever because this is my second time having a coach now, and it's like you just show up and do it,
yeah.
and it's there's nothing better than that. Like, I mean, if I could have a coach for the rest of my life, I also would have a coach for the rest of my life.
I think it gives you a lot of insight into what your clients
What our clients go through.
get from us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you learn to appreciate the value of what you do,
yeah,
and it also gives you a little bit more insight into what you could be doing more
yeah.
for, like, what really matters versus what really doesn't.
Okay.
And I think I've spoken about this before. I used to run a group that mostly just was me training people for bodybuilding shows, and we had this group on Facebook, and I had everybody in there. It was like the little community, and I put a poll in there to ask what they all found the most useful from working with me. And I can't remember all the different options, but like
Okay.
one of them was like the training program, one of them was something else, and I used to do meetups and stuff like that. And then there was one option which was support from coach, right?
Yeah.
Like just the general getting to chat to me and the WhatsApp conversations and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I was really, 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 really hoping everybody would click on training program, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like the least complicated, least intensive thing for me to do. And everyone overwhelmingly clicked support from coach.
Yeah, because you can have the best training program if your coach isn't supporting you through your program. Then what's the point? Do
It's
you know what I
like,
mean?
yeah, it's that human element.
Yeah, because
Somebody's with me.
adherence is gonna go down, and adherence is actually key in terms of you can have the best program ever. If a client's not able to follow that program, the program is useless.
They come completely.
You can have the worst program ever. If the client's able to follow that program, the program can actually get you some good results.
It outperforms the one that isn't being
Exactly,
followed.
because then it's like you do or you don't. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's so important having the support from a coach, having support from the trainers that you're working with, because
yeah,
that will get you to places. Because I still have clients that I don't even train anymore. Okay, and sometimes they'll text me. They'll be like, "Oh, Enoch, I saw this thing. What do you think of it?" And I'll give them my opinion on it. I'll give my honest opinion on it, and they'll, "Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that." They'll go back and they'll come back and might come back with something else to try to counter it. And I'd be like, "Well, this is my thoughts on it," and they value that because then it's like, okay, someone that's obviously interested in that field has brought his own opinion towards it, and they're not really necessarily. I mean, most of the times, my clients now just use ChatGPT
for sure. Yeah.
for everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm like, okay, but have you looked into this? Have you looked into why this has happened for that to create this result? Because ChatGPT sometimes will just give you the blank statement,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, but then you haven't put that this thing's affecting this to make this happen. Do you know what I mean? Because with ChatGPT,
you have to be very specific.
you have to be precise in what you want ChatGPT to actually answer for you. Because if you don't, it's just going to give you.
It's not necessarily asking you questions back to.
Yeah. For example, one of my clients does a lat pull down, which is obviously a back pull exercise or a vertical pull exercise, and he's put on ChatGPT his age, I think, because he's very clever. Like he's amazingly clever, and I think he was trying to like get ChatGPT to kind of give him an idea of how strong he should be.
Okay.
I know. I've never seen anyone do that.
Right.
It was quite interesting. I was like, wow, cool. And apparently he's like, oh, I need to be pulling, I think 50 kg on a lat pull down. Bear in mind, he's only been training 3 months now,
Sure, 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 sure.
and he didn't have much strength in him before. And I'm like, but you, I mean, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm like, you can't really look at ChatGPT and have ChatGPT answer that kind of question for you because there's a lot that play into it. There is frequency of training. You travel a lot. You come back. You go away. When you go away, you don't sometimes under the exercise I've told you to do. You would just kind of do your own thing, go out for dinner, do all that kind of stuff, and you come back again.
He felt like he wasn't moving in the right direction because he wasn't measuring up to ChatGPT's arbitrary target.
Oh no, he was happy with the direction he's moving at.
Okay.
He just wanted to just he was like, oh, am I gonna be able to get to this at some point? And I was like, yes, you will.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty reasonable.
yeah, let's be realistic. Okay, let's be yeah, let's be more realistic with this. Like, okay, like if you're only training twice a week and we have all this stuff that we need to touch on, like it's not gonna happen as quickly as if you train 3, 4 times a week, if you're able to, and then work on a few different things because we only have 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour sessions. It's like there was only so much I can fit in 1 hour session. So I said to him, okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. We're gonna have 1 or 2 main goals that we attack, and we keep pushing, and everything else become accessory work. And that's literally what we've done. So like in terms of his lat pull down now. So I said to him, ChatGPT isn't wrong. We can get you there at this time, okay? But we have to look at different things. We have to look at your consistency. We have to look at your mobility work that you do because he struggles with overhead stuff. We have to look at all this stuff. We have to look at balance and stability around the shoulder blades as well. Like how are you gonna use your scapula, depress your scap, understanding what movement you need to do because scapular depression and being able to retract, protract, elevate, all that kind of stuff. They play a role in terms of how your lat pull down will be, how efficient your lat pull down will be, how efficient your pull up would be. So it's like having to think of all that stuff. And he was like, oh wow, there's a lot to think about. And I was like, yeah, we have to think about all this bits because you can't just go into a lat pull down and just start pulling it and then thinking, okay, I'm gonna get the best result from it. You have to think about the form, you have to think about all sorts of stuff. Nutrition as well was so important. Like things that he wasn't really considering because he just thought, okay, if I put this couple of information down there, I'm gonna be able to go ahead and lift and then pull a 50 kg, which to be fair, right now he's doing very well. Like so, he's very happy. I mean, even now he's doing pull-ups. Do you know what I mean? Like things like that.
How much does he weigh?
He weighs 68.
68. So there you go.
So like, I guess in that sense, he can do the lat pull down, but then it's like, well, okay, how good is your form gonna be?
It's a bit of a random thing to maybe even ask ChatGPT about a very specific exercise.
He's very like specific about
He's very
yeah,
like
certain things.
one of those individuals.
Oh yeah, big time.